Okay, we're here for the deciding match, ikab versus HelpingHans, round 1 of GCS2 qualifications. ikab is the Austria, who has Jaeger infantry, assault support, and mobile defense. Hans is the US forces, who has heavy cavalry, airborne, and infantry company. So ikab switching, he was playing as OKW in the game on Qualifier, and now switching over to Austria. He would have had faction selection as well. He just smushed Hans in his win. I think Hans maybe would have drained him like 20 VP, something like that. So he decided he wants Austria on Crossroads.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Let's see how he gets on with it.
Pioneers reporting objective captured. Nuts. We got orders coming.
This looks like he wants to make an assault with his riflemen onto the fuel. ikab's got his machine gun in a nice position, gets suppression on that squad, forces him away, going to shut down that early attempt at harassment for Hans. Hans has been, just working away with these rear echelons, setting up some tank trap positions to fight effectively from and wiring off the other sides, so they can't be used by ikab. Moving his machine gun around, keeping it mobile. It's good to see. Looks like Hans perhaps wants to make a charge down the centre onto the cutoff as soon as he secures the VP here. Or perhaps not. Go for the building. And away goes that squad of grenadiers. It's going back to the building and he's going to win the race. ikab getting shut down there. Still, this is not the best position to be standing. Riflemen jump out, but they had to spin around. Took a while before they started shooting. Now he's got a few models shooting out of this window. Hunt's going to lose this engagement. He repositions, but a little bit too late. I think he's going to lose, or at the very least, the squad's going to be forced away. Second squad of rifles comes into support. Squad trying to get around the side of the machine gun, but with the support of the pioneers, ikab shutting that down as well. ikab bringing his grenadiers through the centre. Going to try and muscle these riflemen out of the cover position. It's going to suffer quite a lot of damage on the way in though. This is a costly engagement for him, even when he wins it. He's up losing 2 models there. So he's going to go for the central VP, and now he's going to go for Hans's cutoff in return. Hans does have 4 riflemen, but ikab's been using his squads very well, been getting some good value out of this machine gun. Suppressing squads, forcing them away. He's going for tech now. His engineers are back so they can start building it straight away if he chooses, and he does. So we're going to be seeing some 2-2 action, or maybe the flame half-track. Both quite popular options. He's already got enough munitions for the flame upgrade if that's the way he decides to go. Oh, but his machine gun gets caught in a rough position. Wasn't set up. Hans bringing in squads from multiple angles. Nice defusal of that assault on his cutoff there. He's going to go for a rifle grenade as the squad approaches. I mean, it was a valiant attempt, didn't really get too much done, but good thinking at the very least. Now Hans is making a counter push onto ikab's cutoff. Will he get it neutralized before the pioneers get there though? That's the question. They're charging in, trying to stop the cutoff, and they do. Machine gun setting up there now. Hans is going to have to retreat. No, machine gun maybe didn't have line of sight or something. I'm not sure what happened there. Still, Hans did have to retreat. This guy's officer, he's actually going for an ambulance now. He had quite a few like really low health rifle squads. Decides he wants the ambulance before getting his light vehicle out. ICAB though, he's going straight for that flamer half track.
Heavy truck waiting for deployment.
So Hans trying to conserve his manpower here by getting this ambulance, because look at how many low health rifle squads he has. He fights even a mild engagement, he's just gonna lose hundreds of manpower doing so. But does this leave him exposed to a flamer half track rush? It's going to delay his Stewart.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Nice positioning on that machine gun, forcing away squads. ICAB's machine gun positioning has been pretty strong so far this game. Oh, half track comes forwards, instantly gets bazookaed. Captain chasing him down, wants to get another one off, but he pulls it back in time. ICAB going for mobile defense already.
Get your men covering the approaches.
He's just locking it in early.
We're taking land over here. Someone block the flank.
Now Hans bringing in these high health rifle squads to fight these engagements. Doing well. Oh! Bazooka's nearby though. Get some more damage on the 251. 251 roasting and toasting though.
Grenadier squad is ready.
One bazooka, not enough to stop him.
Losing a sector.
Went for a rifle grenade there to force the squad out of the building. Very unusual considering he had a flamethrower right here. Half a burst and that squad would have had to pop out anyway. Bit of a waste of munitions.
Are securing our territory.
Pairing up the flamer here. But he's going to force away one more squad before he does so. Thing is, he's at, 2 3/4 of the VP counter. And Hans is calling him the Stewart now. I mean, that's, he's still got 2 1/4 command points to go before he can call him the Puma. How is he going to keep the 251 alive facing the Stewart? Until that point, he's going to have very good support from his Grenadiers. He actually goes for another squad of Grenadiers. I know that sometimes when you see Von Ivan play a strategy, he calls in Osttruppen at this stage, but ICAB's not quite there even. You get 2 squads, they're just handy for standing around, throwing fousts at vehicles.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And Stewart spots the 251, doesn't get a shot off. We've got some bazookas, in fact double bazookas on this squad from Hans. One of them connects, he pops smoke to try and escape. Stewart on the chase. Oh my god! Sweepers nearby. That could have been a disaster if Hans ran over that teller. Nice attempt by ICAB to bait him over the teller as well, but Hans being really good with the sweeping. And now with the Stewart on the field, ICAB in a bit of trouble. Still doesn't have a medic bunker himself, which is quite bad at this stage of the match. MG contributes from the side there. Stewart picking away at this squad inside the building. And now Hans starting to get some bars as well. ICAB seems to have a pretty big munitions disadvantage to this point against Hans, who's got 2 bazookas. Or 3 bazookas, 2 bars. Because ICAB's only really got flame half track and 1 teller.
The enemy is taking our territory.
It is dropping really quickly. Going for the medic bunker now. A little bit late. Oh no, he gets close enough for an AT grenade. Oh, that AT grenade just took an eternity to get off. And maybe ICAB would have been better off staying in there, trying to chase this down and maximize his damage on the squad. Look for the wipe. He did have the AT gun there in support against the incoming Stuart. Speaking of the incoming Stuart, he's going to take a pack shot anyway. And the bazookas actually retreat there. Interesting. I was trying to get around the side of this machine gun. ICAB's positioning of this has been pretty strong this game though. Looks like Hans has his chance now. Rifle grenade going in. Doing a little bit of damage. But you know, I think that's his second or third rifle grenade now. Just denying him the opportunity to get some LMGs. Helping these infantry engagements. There's Hans getting those bars. He's going to start overwhelming these grenadiers pretty soon. Stuart and 251 back up to full, ready to do some more damage. Hans actually investing into an anti-tank gun now. And the pack howitzer.
Anti-tank gun. Krauts have cut our supply line. Frontline units are being hung out to dry.
Pack howitzer chipping away at the squad in the center. Pack missing the shot, connecting with the concrete wall. 251 just charging in here. What is he up to? Bazooka's coming around the side. Looks like Hans trying to bait this squad to stick around. Did that squad go down inside the building? The bazookas connect. Down goes the 251. I don't know why it was so far forwards. Oh no. ICAB loses 251 there. I don't know why it charged forwards like that. Maybe trying to put pressure on the pack howitzer, but that was just horrible. And Puma comes in now, but a little bit too late to make a difference, perhaps? Bazookas are there, repelling the Puma, and that was just too much aggression on the 251 from ICAB. He pays the ultimate price, losing it there. I don't think there was any squad inside here, right? We can do a quick check. ICAB still has all of his infantry. I just can't get around the side of that machine gun. Bazooka's pushing. Oh, only one bazooka on that squad, but still enough to repel the Puma. We're trying to pick some shots. The bazooka connects again. That's going to require repairs now. Looks like the medics are bugged, not actually revealing his Pioneer squad either, which is unfortunate. Oh, and the Stuart pushing forwards. This could be a dead machine gun here. Hans knows that this is already low, so he can be more aggressive with the Stuart. He's got his bazookas right there as well. Oh, and down goes the Puma. And now he's going to try to steal the machine gun as well, rubbing salt into the wounds. Rifle grenade comes in. Can he clear this out before it gets stolen? We've got more bars coming in from the north. And, you know, without weapon upgrades, these grenadiers is not packing the firepower. Does have one squad weapon upgraded, but that was a disaster for ICAB. Another one. Just trying to fight a squad with a bazooka, you know, trying to pick off a model here or there. End up taking a lot of damage on his Puma, so then when he needed it to bring it into combat to fight off the Stuart, was already at low health, got picked off straight away. But he's gonna keep fighting. Never count a mobile defense player out. One Puma and they could turn any situation around, or so I'm told. ICAB has ticked up though, so he's not going to be stuck in the mobile defense trap. He could, you know, get stood quite soon, honestly. Hans is also ticked up. On for the Major. He's still about 40 fuel away from a Sherman. Another rifle grenade. That was a massive whiff on that one. Really needs to reconsider how he's using these rifle grenades and whether he'd be better off getting a few more LMGs on his squads. Because, you know, rifle grenades like that might work against the lower level players, but if you're fighting against a top 10 player, much harder to land those rifle grenades. Even that one there, doing a little bit of friendly fire to his own squad, not getting the wipe either. Okay, ikab now going for 2 MG42s. I think that's probably like a pretty reasonable idea. Because he's getting bullied. All these riflemen have bars now. And they are giving these grenadiers a hard time because the grenadiers don't have the weapon upgrades in response. So now he needs suppression to try to turn this around. Hans does have the pack outs though, but you know, pack outs is a little bit immobile compared to mortar teams generally, so Hans is going to have to make sure it's in the right position for each engagement. No, he cancelled one of the machine guns, going for a mortar himself. Perhaps worried that without a mortar he wouldn't be able to deal with this stolen MG42. Oh, and the pack out it's off to a really good start. Well, it's been on the field for a while, but the first shot of the barrage right on target. MG shutting down this assault. Bars coming in here. MG sitting up. Pack is very far forwards, pushing away the Stuart. Grenade comes off, so grenades ticked by Hans. Almost knocks out the machine gun. Looks like ikab winning these engagements in the north, but here come 2 riflemen to shut that down. Still, ikab fighting valiantly despite losing 2 light vehicles. Still has a decent amount of map control. Got enough resources for a Panzer IV as well. She starts up now. Hans himself, you know, he's got so many team weapons, so many squads. Having trouble keeping the manpower banked up so he can actually build a tank himself. So this Panzer IV could actually do some pretty good damage to Hans. Does have, you know, he's still got the AT gun, he's still got quite a few bazookas, but without a full-fledged medium tank to fight it himself. P4 could do quite a bit of damage here. Mortars bombing away. LMG Grenadiers out here on the flank. Grenade thrown. Oh! Hans lost his rear echelons? I see some rear echelon... No, corpse? That's a rear echelon corpse. What the hell happened to his rear echelons? Well, they're dead. So that's a few bazookas you can knock off the list. I just have no idea where that even happened. M1 opening up. P4 pop smoke. Oh, one shot from the mortar I'm hearing. Does have 4 kills. So the M1 holds the line for Hans, forcing the P4 back for repairs. Meanwhile the Stuart trying to force away these squads on the flank. Safe to do this in the knowledge that P4's damaged with engine damage, can't come over here and knock out the Stuart, so he's taking full advantage of that, doing some good damage. Propelling his advanced. Now he's got some squads coming out. Put the icing on the cake. Okay, wheeling his pack over to that side now. But it's a hallmark of good team weapon play, having your pack or your machine gun ready in anticipation of a rotation like that from Hans. This machine gun really a thorn in ICAB's side. I bet you he's wishing he never lost that. P4, not quite to full health, but it's got rid of the engine damage. This amount of health, you know, it's still going to be 4 shots to kill from an anti-tank gun or similar, but could make a difference with some bazookas bounce or similar in terms of shots to kill.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Machine gun in a good position for ICAB. What's the suppression in now?
Supply lines.
Grenades locking down the engagement. Now Hans rotating his M1 over to this side. Let's try to find the P4.
An infantry squad has been killed.
What? What just died? What am I doing? Grenadiers died. Maybe to a grenade? Man, got a little bit of lag there as well. So, squad grenadiers go down for ICAB. Man. I imagine it's to a grenade, and that is the impact of grenades. Especially when you're fighting across 2 fronts like they were. They had engagements over here and over here. Hard to monitor all that against incoming grenades.
A capture point.
Some mines as well here from Hans. Did go for heavy cavalry, so despite ticking up to major, doesn't get anything from that stage of tick. It's going straight for the Pershing, and mine snares the P4. That's going to require repairs. Remember, Hans did lose his re-echelon, so he's got actually nothing to repair the Pershing at the moment. I suppose he could pop the vehicle crew out of the Stuart, but that's going to be quite slow. And ICAB actually calling in a P4 command tank right now. Yeah. Okay, he's got some Panzer Grenadiers with the Shreks, so that's going to supplement his anti-tank. So this could work out alright for him. Remember though, the command tank's aura not as strong as it was last patch. Slight nerf. So don't think this is optimal, and here comes the Pershing. That's going to make mincemeat out of his P4 command tank. Stands almost no chance. The only thing Hans has got to worry about is tower mines, really. P4 command tank trying to get away, but the Pershing is so speedy. P4 command tank gets on the road, though. Pershing stopping. Is he going to fire off the... Oh, he doesn't have any munitions for that. And he misses the attack ground. But, you know, by the fact that he stopped there, maybe he's going to go for the armor-piercing round, but he didn't have the munitions for it. The P4 command tank actually gets away. Pack gonna get flanked by the Pershing here, but he's got to be careful. Did he get a Faust off? He did, right in front of the pack. He's going to use the smoke to try cover the Pershing's retreat. Pack repositions. He's going to make use of the attack ground here, but likely only get one more shot in. No even attack ground from ICAB. That is unfortunate. Really should be getting those attack grounds in. Seems like maybe he's stretched to his limit now. Running off the back foot against Hans. But as I said, this is going to be very slow to repair this up, so ICAB has plenty of time to get his units set up ready to defend against that incoming Hans push. IKAB also getting very low on the VPs, 174 remaining for him. He's going for a second mortar team. I suppose the first one's got him a nice wipe, so... Remember this mod did receive a nerf to its rate of fire. This patch. Oh, it's auto fire, rate of fire. Pershing pushes forwards. Trying to stay at max range, trying to avoid those Shrek shots. While still inflicting manpower damage. P4 is coming around the side. But this is a very mismatched fight. That Pershing's so strong. He's the support of the pack. Maybe you could position the pack. Just try to shoot through this little gap here. Oh, machine gun in the building. Where are those mortars? That's what they should be barraging right now. Launches a rifle grenade in there. One mortar shot does huge damage. Hunt's got to get out of that building. Oh, but the second one off target misses the building. Oh, and I think that miss saved that machine gun for Hans. Getting a little bit lucky there. Okay, getting pegged into a very small region of the map, losing control of his fuel, really slowing the progress of his next tank. He has to be a Stug. It just has to be. And he can build it right now. Stug is his best bet against that Pershing, even with its rate of fire nerfs. It's trying to position this anti-tank gun to get some hits in on the command tank. And he does. So he's going to get two of them in here. Is he going to get a third? Misses the third shot. Pushing on... having some pathing issues there. Now it's coming out, but a pack is nearby. Connects with the ground. Considering the machine gun, maybe Hunt's trying to get a triple cap cooking here. IKAB's Panzer IV has received engine damage. The pack is in a nice position there. M1 also in a good position. Doesn't have the armor-piercing rounds going. Now he equips them. Oh, but he misses that shot, and in comes a Puma for IKAB. Trying to turn this engagement around. He should have gone for the Stug, I felt, but he's going for the Puma. Trix forcing away the Pershing though. The M1's also taken a lot of damage, has to retreat that. In comes the infantry to buy a bit of time for Hans's vehicles to retreat. That pack is just going to town. Hans has taken so much damage. Now the Puma wants to go in for the kill. The M1 is there, so is the Steward. He activates the shell shock. Could this be the end of the fresh Puma? He pops smoke. And it's going to get away. Close call there by IKAB. Get our jail free card from the smoke. Otherwise that Puma probably would have gone down there. Hans did build some rear echelons. Got them repairing up the Pershing. All is quiet as we wait for another engagement. And here it is. Captain charging in for Hans. He hasn't really used any of these commander abilities. Or any of these major abilities. Could be, you know, popping off some recon runs. I suppose he has been using quite a lot of grenades. That's probably been taxing his munitions. Oh, and he's trying to put some rifleman mines down as well. Oh, he's getting caught in the act and he's not realized. And he loses the rifle squad as a result. Whoopsie daisy, Hans. It's a second rifle squad. He's lost now. Hans getting a little bit sloppy here. IKab just struggling to repair his tanks up though. Only got one pioneer at the moment.
We're losing a capture point.
Pack mobilizing. IKab branching out, trying to get the VPs under control. He's down to just 94. Causing another Puma, so... Oh man. Maybe he thinks they're just kind of expendable and he can just like throw them in there. And they are kind of, you know, they are better at those like diving in place since they have the turret compared to the Stug, but of course the Stug has way more damage, better penetration as well. Seems like IKab's going to go for some kind of all-in push, and he has quite a formidable army. 92 actually, probably very similar to Hans's once he recruits the Stuart. In fact, it's more than Hans, since Hans has lost a couple infantry squads. Hans just, you know, he's got such a strong vehicle in that Pershing, which IKab doesn't really have an effective counter to. He's going to probably need these Panzer Grenadiers to be in a really nice position against the Pershing. Get a few Shreks on top of it. It's probably going to be his key to the next couple of engagements. Pershing pushes forwards, gets a juicy hit in. Going to force those Shreks away immediately. Could even get the wipe if he just chases forwards for one more shot. Pershing does have really good AoE on its shells. IKab branching out to this left hand side. He's got his pack over here, perhaps baiting Hans.
The capture point is under it. The supply line just got cut off.
Okay, he's mobilized and he's going after this Pershing. P4 going on the other side. It's going to get hit by the shell shock, and the M1's in a nice position to shut that down as well, so that amounts to not too much. Puma's trying to pick away at the Pershing here. Pershing actually charging in quite aggressively, close enough to allow the pack to get some shots in. And now the Pershing at risk of going down. One Puma gets abandoned back there. We've got some bazookas here though. It's engine damage on the command tank. Puma going in for the kill. Pershing one shot from death. There's going to be another squad nearby for AT grenade. Pershing's going to get away. Bazooka's coming in now. That's going to be a dead Puma. Oh my god, he's still got a shot in. That could have been the dead Pershing there. I mean, there's only like about 30% chance to penetrate, but you know, could have happened. Now he's diving in from the other side with the Panzer IV. He's blitzing in. Pershing with the heavy crush though, getting through the hedgerow, trying to avoid the P4. P4 gets the kill on the ambulance. There's a lot of anti-tank support here, and that P4 goes down in a blaze of glory. Hans keeping his Pershing alive. That could have worked. You know, Hans got a little bit sloppy bringing the Pershing quite far forwards, allowing the anti-tank gun to get a few hits in there from IKab.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Could have resulted in the loss of that Pershing, but Hans gets away, and IKab lost all his vehicles in that assault. So, with already such a few amount of victory points remaining for him, not much fuel in the bank, things looking quite grim for IKab. Still got a pretty decent infantry force. It's just now Hans got the Sherman, which he can pretty safely put on the high explosive rounds, and that combined with the Pershing could do a tremendous amount of damage. IKab kind of needs some tellers down at this stage. Don't think he has any currently though. Hasn't really had the territory control to put down tellers, but if he can find a little bit of time now to put a couple tellers down. Oh, he loses the mortar. Oh, and he can't crew it now because he lost a model on that Grenadier squad.
Heavy truck, ready for orders.
Full speed repairs on the Pershing. Just about done now. Fresh ambulance for Hans. Actually got a bar on that captain as well. Boosting its anti-infantry capability. So, ICAB going for the Panzer IV. It's got to be fighting an uphill battle though. This Pershing at Vet 2. It's very speedy. Surprised it's not close to Vet 3 honestly, but I suppose it hasn't been inflicting that much damage. Only 12 kills. Got to be careful of that Vet 3 pack though, that's going to have tremendous rate of fire. Pershing trying to destroy the decrewed mortar there. Pack a little bit slow to rotate and reposition. Oh, this squad went down really quickly. Dropped the MG42 as well. Pershing pushing forwards here. Pack is right there, but just outside the arc of fire. Pack still not repositioning. Taking forever to turn that bad boy around. I was trying to bring in riflemen from the side. Oh, the Pershing gets a juicy hit. Gonna force away those Grens. Very late retreat. Could go down, and it does. Bars clean it up. Now ICAB's forces, upon losing those 2 Grenadiers, looking very, very weak. ICAB's fought valiantly, you know. He put himself in a position to win if he just got that Pershing, but now he's really close to death. 58 VPs remaining. 51 supply to 89. Hans is in the driver's seat here.
The capture point is under attack. Rounds complete. Hold fire. She got a Panzer Shrek. Unit under fire.
Shreks. Forcing away the Stuart. Scott's getting some nice hits in. Looks like he swapped the veteran crew from the Stuart into the Scott. Nice idea. Oh. ICAB just having trouble. He's getting assaulted from all angles here. Mortar gets decrewed by the HE Sherman. Pershing still back here for repairs. He's actually running his bazookas right past it. 3 echelon bazooka squad, but maybe he's got other ideas. A lot of anti-tank connects with the Panzer IV. And that pack outs there, as well as the Scott trying to soften up the AT gun. ICAB looks ready to, or rather Hans looks ready to pounce with this HE Sherman coming in from the side. But the Pershing took a lot of damage from that Vet 3 pack, kind of shutting down this assault. Looks like Hans going to pull back for repairs. He's got his M1 in a position though to get some free hits in here.
We're losing a capture point.
Off grenade dodged. Okay, capturing the central VP, but the Sherman coming in here. Oh! Could have been a wipe.
Germans are on the ropes. They're down to 25 points.
ICAB's on the ropes. You heard the announcer. Clock is ticking, 17 VPs remaining. Ikab's got one last roll of the dice, but his vehicle's on low health against a tremendous army for Hans. Hard to see how he gets this one done here. A nice predictive bundle grenade there. He's just dodged in time. But the Shreks get forced away. Hans calling in the off-map smoke. VP's still in Hans's control, 8 remaining. Ikab charging in now. We've got combined arms activated from Hans, improving the performance of his tanks and his infantry. Oh, nice wipe from the Pershing. And Ikab just has nothing to get into the VP circles. It's going to drain out here. And there we go, Hans advances. Well played by him. Ikab, overall, very strong showing, especially in game 1. It just seems like in those very hectic engagements, especially when he's reacting to Hans's attacks, his micro doesn't quite stand up to what Hans is putting out. Either way, well played by both players.